This is the enormous news story that because it's the winter, it's a bit cold.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing. For 2 weeks, all the news has been, tonight, still cold.
What I love about it, though...
Really? Well, I didn't realise.
But what's hilarious, but they insist on putting the weathermen in the snow.
I know,
It's really cold, we can see that. It's really cold.
Yeah.
They never, when it's hot, they don't put Michael Fish in a mankini. It doesn't...
They always say that, don't they? It's difficult to tell whether it's going to fall as snow or rain.
Yeah.
And surely the clue is in the temperature.
Yeah,
if it's -1, you're thinking, well, go for snow. That'd be my guess.
If it's white, it's snow, basically.
Technically not true. Sorry, being the
There he
dullest man
goes.
in the world. I'm afraid I did a geography degree. It has to be above freezing to snow.
Otherwise it falls asleep.
Yeah, it doesn't. If it's below freezing, it won't be snow.
KFC were very helpful. In all the meals that they had, they put in a little sachet of salt. Shake on the ground.
The lack of salt was such a Daily Mail reader's wet dream, wasn't it? There's no salt! There's no salt! Do you know what? They've spent it all like Muslims teaching them yoga. I can't get up my drive, but Osama bin Laden could do the lotus.
It is sad. There is a kind of a, the transient nature of life, though, about the snow. Because when it arrives and it's all stunning, gorgeous, and it makes that lovely crunchy noise, and it slowly recedes into horror. And it's just like a one-night stand that she never leaves.
Did you not feel, in the snow though, did you not actually genuinely feel a little bit sorry for 4x4 drivers? In that, for the first time, they could justify using them on the school run, and then they closed the school.
I live in Chelsea, and a lot.
Good Lord!
A lot of my it's not that good. Whenever I went to introduce myself to the neighbours, they thought I was giving them a quote for tarmac, and it's not really. It's not that glamorous. And I said to them, when they couldn't get their 4x4s, like, well, why don't you let your kids walk to school? And they said, well, it's pretty clear you don't have kids, because if you did, then you'd leave them to the school gate in order for them to be safe. I said, well, when I have kids, I'm going to send them to a Catholic school where they'll be in the care of Roman Catholic priests from 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock. The walk to school will be the safest part of their day.
What I loved about the snow as well is that for that week when it really tipped it down, the entire nation was like a carry-on film, wasn't it? I've had 8 inches in my driveway. My back passage is all wet. And then even the Transport Secretary, his name's Lord Adonis. That's not a name. That's the make of a posh dildo.
The worst job I ever had was forensic pathologist for the United Nations. And I remember uncovering the mass grave of 1,000 snowmen. Fortunately, it turned out to be a field full of carrots.
What's great about it? But it's like Milton, every so often, it's like this hilarious granddad that just wakes up.
I did notice when a lot of people start off driving without finally clearing all of their windscreens.
It's fun,
and they try and find a little bit that they can actually have a look at. I saw one bloke driving on the motorway, right? He was craned like this. He had his window open. He was squirting de-icer on his windscreen at the same time. And on the back of his vehicle, it said, "How am I driving?"